morning, everyone. Friar Tuck here, and this is this week's Ask Tuck collaboration that I'm doing with Homeless Entrepreneur. You guys hear me talk about Homeless Entrepreneur during my live streams and also referencing in some of the content which I do. If you want to know more about them, you can go down in the description and there's a link to the Homeless Entrepreneur's website if you want to know more about them. But every week we do a weekly collaboration where I get questions from the community. And one of the first questions that I was asked is, what is my favorite brand? Or do I have a favorite brand? And here's the truth. Yeah, Coca-Cola I'm very partial to. I really like Coca-Cola for various reasons as like a favorite brand, but that's more for a personal reasons. I like Coca-Cola. I like to drink Coca-Cola every single day if I can. It's just my personal vice that I like. I mean, back in the day, I used to drink a 2 liter of Coke every single day. But that was when I was 300 pounds. But if I were to really kind of, delve into gear and stuff like that, do I have any favorite brands? And the answer is no. I have preferred brands that I'm going to go look at first before I go look at any other brands. So when it comes to my power, I always look at Anchor. Anchor is really good as far as, quality products. When it comes to the hammock, I am very partial. I would say that my favorite piece of gear, other than my Puffer Wolf blanket, is my Shanty Line Outfitters hammock. That is probably one of the best gear purchases that I ever made. So, I mean, do I have favorite brands? Not really, but I do have preferred brands because sometimes, you might have to go to a different brand that might be either a little bit more expensive, and just have a different reputation for what it is that you're trying to get, or others, it depends. So anyways, to answer that question, I don't necessarily have a favorite brand. I do have preferred brands, and those are some of them. And if you'd like to, see like how much that type of stuff costs, I have affiliate links down in the description if you'd like to look into some of the gear that I use that I really like. So the second question I was asked is if I could have any sponsor my YouTube channel, who would it be and why? And Homeless Entrepreneur, I understand the reasoning behind some of the questions that you're asking here. If I were to really say who would I like to sponsor, I don't think it's a particular brand. I think I want people that are on board with the mission and the goal that I have with this channel, which there is a larger segment of the homeless population that is being, I guess you could say, being ignored because there's no money to be made off of them. They don't have the drug addictions. They don't have the major mental health issues. They don't have the criminal record. They're not, felons and have so many different avenues closed off to them to the point where they have a harder time integrating into society. There are those of us out here that don't have that, and there's a lot more than I thought. And as this economic collapse goes along, we're going to see more and more people out here like this. And so instead of like a specific brand, I'm looking for groups, individuals, and companies that see the solution in which I'm trying to provide, which if you want to go back and look at my 4 pillars to end homelessness, that will be something that will kind of open your eyes of the mission and the goal in which this channel is focusing towards, which the most important thing is to educate the donor class, because the donor class is the one group that can make the quickest, most impactful changes within the homeless community, how the services are provided, how accountability is being done, who's actually getting help. Because right now people are just throwing money at these not-for-profits, and all they're doing is just serving the lowest common denominator for various reasons. And even though they're labeled as a not-for-profit, they operate as a for-profit organization in a lot of instances. And, these are the things that if you want to sponsor me, whether it's a membership over on Patreon or a membership here on YouTube or whatever it may be, you want to sponsor my channel, those are the type of people that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for any specific company or anything else like that. It's about people who see the mission and the goal of this channel and want to participate and be part of the solution. That's what I'm really looking for. If I were to say these are the type of sponsors that I need, so it can be anything from the small donor all the way up to a corporation that's like, we want to attach our name towards something that is going to make a positive impact within the homeless community. So that's what I'm really looking for. And the last question I was asked is, how important is personal branding to me? At first, it wasn't that important. But over time, especially with me defining my goals, the mission, the things that I want to do, it has become more and more important on how how my branding. I wouldn't even call it branding. It's more or less how I'm able to influence, because that's really what my role is here, not only on YouTube but within the homeless community, is to identify the problems and to be able to use my influence through the viewers in which watch my content to be able to push the needle and affect change. And so it's important that not only that I hone in my message and the direction in which I want to go, but I get people that are involved and want to do something like that. So personal branding has become more and more important. The authenticity of who I am is even more and more important, because as you try and hone in a message, it kind of gets a little complex. Because you have to, like, okay, so you guys know I'm a stoner, but you guys notice that I don't really talk about it anymore or as much, because it's been suggested that it's actually hurting the influence and the reach that I have. It's not that I should stop smoking weed, but more or less that it's turning off a large group of people. So that's a part of me that I don't get to share. But the other thing is that makes me who I am and has created the following in which I've had is my authenticity and my openness about my life. But I'm having to learn the balance between those two things, because some of the things, it's not that they agree or disagree. It's just that no company's going to want to attach their brand to a stoner, because I'm not Joe Rogan, okay? I'm not Snoop Dogg. I'm just Friar Tuck. And so I don't have the get out of jail free card like those guys do, where they can sit there and do it and nobody cares, because they have such a large influence that it becomes a moot point. I'm not to that point yet. So personal branding has become very important to me, but it is definitely it's something that I'm having to learn on the fly, as far as how I operate and how I guide this channel, because I really like the fact that I have the personal relationship with my subscribers, that I take the time to respond to every comment, that I take the time to build relationships within my community and to network within my community, because it benefits me. And how do you think I got housed? How do you think I got into this opportunity to begin with? It was because of my networking and the personal relationships I develop with my subscribers. And so that's something that I want to make sure to keep, because that is what makes me unique compared to other influencers, or even those that work within the homeless community. Is the bigger they get, the less personal they get. And that's one thing that is going to be very important to me, is to keep that personal touch with everybody. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you got some value over this. And if you are considering sponsoring this channel, or you'd like to be part of the growth and influence of this channel towards making positive effects and change within the homeless community, if you're a if you're just like a small donor, single donor, something like that, you could always go through my tip jar, or you could get a membership over on Patreon, or over here on YouTube. I will tell you that the Wandering Tuck membership is going to be discontinued here shortly. So there's only one membership over here on YouTube. All the rest is over on Patreon. But if you'd like to be a part of this momentum that we're building, I would like to invite you to help me out in these ways, because this is how I'm going to be able to reach my goals. So thank you for being here, and don't forget to share the video.